And welcome back to our stitch along. It is now week number 2, and today we are going to do this beautiful star flower hexagon with an additional flower that is put on at the end. Now we're not sewing that on, we're just leaving space for it, and we're going to be applying it to the stitches after the main motif is done. So what our goal is that we're going to start off and it will look like this before the flower, and then we're going to be adding the flower to this round here and to this round at the end. You need a total of 6 of these, and when you look at the charting, you are going to see that there is a total count of the coloring that you see here. Motif color 3 is D, color 3 is E, color 3 is F, and you're going to be able to see that here. So when you look at the stars, you're going to see it here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And so you're gonna have some fun with some colors today. And without further ado, we're gonna jump right into this project right now. Let's begin. We're gonna be using a total of 4 colors today. You can see the color breakdown available on the pattern. And we're going to start with creating our first one here. And we need to start with a slip knot onto your 6mm size J crochet hook. And we're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and insert your hook into the beginning chain and do a slip stitch to form the center ring. So when you do round number 1, you're just going to lay that over and around the ring so it gets trapped underneath. And let's begin round number 1. Round number 1, we're going to chain 3, which will count as your first double crochet, and going right up over top of the straggler, but in the center of the ring, you're going to apply 11 double crochets total. So with the chain 3 and the 11 double crochets, it's going to count as 12. So chain 3 counts as a double crochet. So please put your total count of 11 double crochets plus that chain 3, and I'll be right back in a moment. So I'm coming all the way around. I should have a total count of 11, which includes that chain 3. So make sure you count it because it will matter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Slip stitch to the top of the beginning chain 3, and this color is done. So we're going to finish this off. We're going to cut it. And what I'm going to recommend to you is that you weave in your tails as you go, because it'll be a lot easier in your life. So just wrap it around and pull through, and turn it to the other side, the wrong side, and put it through a tapestry needle. So if you weave it in with a hook, chances are it will fall out. Okay, so any kind of tails that you will have, you'll do it the same way throughout this whole project. And so just weave it back and forth. Now, if you just go between the strands, it'll follow. But if you just start separating the strands itself from each other, it'll really get stuck beautifully. So just weave back and forth a total of 3 times. If you went over the top of the first straggler, like I did, you can just safely cut that without having to weave that in. But you can decide what works best for you. Once you have that done, turn it over back to the right side of the work, and we're now ready for round number 2. Let's begin round number 2. So using a new color that we have, and you are going to attach to the back loop of one of the double crochets. So if you go into both loops, that's a stitch, but if you go into the furthest loop here, it will be attaching just like that. And you want to chain a total of 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then in the same back loop, put in another double crochet. So each back loop all the way around, and just put the straggler with it so it gets stuck underneath, and just put in 2 double crochets in each one of these. So there will be 12 groups of 2 if you want to think of it for that, or 24 double crochets. Please do this around for round number 2. Coming around here on round number 2, so I have my 12 groups of 2. I'm going to slip stitch to the top of the first chain 3, and I want to finish this off. So I'm going to do what I just showed you. Trim your yarn, weave in your ends, and let's begin round number 3 with the brand new color, which will be the main color of the rest of your motif. Let's get ready for round number 3. So with the brand new color, any color that you decide, and it's also listed in the pattern, we still want to play with the back loops only. So starting in the very first stitch, just go in the back loop only, and we're going to attach it and then chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. In the same back loop only, just put in another double crochet. And now we're going to start going around. Everything's in sets of 6. So now you have the next one, go back loop only for 1 double crochet by itself. And then the next stitch is 2 double crochets into the same back loop. Okay, so this is 1 of 6 for a set. So to move around, you're going to chain 2, you'll skip the next one and start in the next one after this, and you'll put in 2 double crochet to start. You'll put 1 into the next, and then 2 into the next one after that, and then your next set is officially done. So to move around again, chain 2, skip 1, put 2 into the first, 1 into the next, 2 into the next one after that, and continue to use the back loops because we are going to use the front loops that are left over here and here to apply your flower at the end of today's tutorial. So continue that, so skip the next one and continue this around. I'll be right back. Coming around on number 3, don't forget to chain 2 after that group and just join it to the top of the first chain 3. So verify that you do have what is going to appear as 6 sides. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're now ready for round number 4. Round number 4, right where you're sitting, you're going to chain 3, and now you're just going to use regular loops going forward for the remaining of this motif. So right into the regular stitch, you are going to just apply another double crochet, so there's 2 into that one. So the easiest way to remember this is that the very last stitch of the group is going to have 2 double crochets into the same one. So it's just going to be 1 double crochet in each of these until you get to the last one in the group. Okay, so there's the last one right here. So put 2 into this one. And then to jump to the next group, chain 2, and then jump right into the first one of this group and put in 2 double crochet to start. And then 1 into each of these until you get to the last one of that group and put 2 double crochets in that last one of the group. And then chain 2 will jump you to the next section, 1 and 2, and continue that around for round number 4. I'm coming around on round number 4 here, so chain 2 after the group and just slip stitch to the top of the first chain 3. Okay, and that's what it will look like at this point. Let's move on to round number 5. Round number 5, we're going to do exactly what we just did. The difference is that we're going to add more chains in between the groups. So we're going to start with the chain 3 and put another double crochet into the first one. So you have 2 into the very first stitch, and then it's 1 into each of these until you get to the last one of that group, and there will be 2 into that one. So you get 2 into the last one of that group. And now to jump to the next group, you have to chain 3 this time. So 1, 2, 3, and then jump to the first one of this next group, put 2 double crochet into that first one. And then 1 into each of these, except for the last one of that group, you'll put 2 into that one. So you'll put 2 into the last one of that group. It keeps it expanding out, and then chain 3 to jump to the next group. So please do this all the way around for round number 5. In moving around on number 5, the very last, make sure you don't forget the chain 3 before attaching it to the top of the first chain 3 to finish off round number 5. Cool. Let's begin round number 6. Round number 6. We're going to chain 3, and that'll count as your first double crochet, and that is the only thing that you're going to do in that stitch, and the rest of the 8 that are left are just going to be 1 double crochet each. So we'll do that. So you get that last one in, and here's what's unique. Here on the corners, it's going to be chain 3 first, single crochet into this chain 3 spot, and then chain 3 again. So 1, 2, 3, and start with the first group here that you have, and it's 1 double crochet in each. And then after that's done is that you'll chain 3, single into the chain 3 here, chain 3, and then start your next group. So please do this all the way around for round number 6. Coming around on number 6, don't forget to chain 3 after the last group was in, single crochet into this chain 3, and then chain 3 again, and slip stitch to the top of the first chain 3 that you started with. How many chain 3s can you use in a sentence? Apparently lots. So that was round number 6. Let's move on to round number 7. Round number 7, right where you're sitting, you're going to chain 2, and with the next one here, you are going to put in a double crochet. So this will count as a 2 together double crochet. You're now going to double crochet the remaining, but the last 2 of this group have to be a 2 together double crochet. So let's just double crochet until we get to the last 2 of the group. So in the last 2 of the group here, put those together as a 2 together double crochet. So wrap the hook and into the stitch, pull through 2 and hold, and then do the next one. So wrap and into the stitch, pull through 2 and hold. And once you see the 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. So that was a 2 together double crochet. Now what you're going to do is chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and come into the first space before the single crochet. Chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3. Come into the next space after the single crochet right here. And then chain 3 one more time. So 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to start a new side. So the first 2 are going to be coming a 2 together double crochet. So wrap the hook and in to the stitch, pull through 2 and hold, and do the next one. So yarn over and in, pull through 2 and hold. You see the 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through those. So now you're going to double crochet the remaining except for the last 2 of that group. And the last 2 will be a 2 together double crochet. Okay, so put those 2 together. So wrap and in, pull through 2 and hold, wrap and go to the next one, pull through 2 and hold, and then pull through all 3 loops. So to jump around the corner, you're going to chain 3 to start, come to your first chain 3 before the single, and single crochet there, chain 3, and jump to the next space after the single, and chain 3 again, and then start a new side again. So put the first 2 together, double crochet the remaining, and put the last 2 together, and continue this all the way around. This is round number 7. I'm finishing up round number 7. Don't forget to chain 3 after the last group, single into the first space, chain 3, jump over the single, go into the next space, and then chain 3 to take you to the top of the first 2 together. So you're going to go right here. So just follow it on up and go right there as a slip stitch. That was round number 7. Pretty cool, right? So let's move on to round number 8. Round number 8, exactly what we just did on round number 7. So chain 2 and come to your very next stitch, which is right here. Okay, so don't get confused by this. Okay, so you're right here is your next one, and that's a double crochet. So this chain 2 and this double crochet equals a 2 together double crochet. So now I want you to double crochet the remaining except for the very last 2. Look at the tops of the stitches to make it easier for you, and just double crochet the remaining that you have except for the last 2. Okay, so it's right here. So put those together as a 2 together double crochet. So you're making the star petal smaller. So now we have a lot more spaces to deal with. And when I say a lot more, just 1 extra. So we're going to just chain up 3. So 1, 2, 3, come into the first space, single crochet, chain 3, and go into your next space, single crochet, chain 3, your next space, single crochet, and then chain 3, and start this new group. So the first 2, look at the tops of the stitches, are going to become 2 together double crochet. You'll double crochet the remaining except for the very last 2, so there's technically only 3 double crochets. Any kind of counts that you may need are available on the downloadable if you are looking for more specific detail. So put the last 2 together of this group. And now we're going to fill in all these spaces. So chain 3, go to your first space, single crochet, so chain 3 again, next space, single, chain 3, next space, single, and chain 3, and then start again with the stitch work. So you'll start with the 2 together, double crochet, you'll double crochet the other 3, and then put the last 2 together and continue that around for round number 8. Completing round number 8, just make sure you don't forget to chain 3 after the last space here to join it to the top of the first stitch. So I have to watch this, it's right here. So this chain 2, make sure you go into the top of the first double crochet technically, because that's a 2 together. Let's move on to round number 9. Round number 9, chain 2, and go into your very next stitch right here and double crochet, and that'll count as a 2 together double crochet. So you only have technically 1 stitch left before the other 2 that are here in the group, and you'll put those 2 together. So just put 1 double crochet by itself and then put the remaining 2 together as 1 stitch. 2 together double crochet. And now we're going to continue to fill in the spaces. So chain 3 to start and jump to your first space, single, and continue to do that until you get over to the next group. So chain 3, next space, chain 3, next space, chain 3, next space, and then chain 3 before you start this new group. So put the first 2 together, look at the tops of the stitches to make it easier for yourself, and put the first 2 together. You'll have 1 by itself, and then put the last 2 together in that group. And then start chaining 3, filling in your spots, and continue this around for round number 9. At the end of number 9, don't forget to chain 3, and don't confuse, I just confused this chain 2 as a space by accident, so make sure you are watching for that so you don't actually do what I just did. So at the top of this first one, just slip stitch, and let's move on to round number 10 next. Round number 10 is going to finish off the petaling that you see here. So we're going to start with chain 2, and over the next 2, we're going to put those 2 together as a 2 together double crochet. Okay, so once you see the 3 loops, you were then just going to pull through all 3. So this is technically a 3 together double crochet. So now we're going to chain 3 and jump into the spaces. So continue to fill those spaces in with the single crochets and chain 3 to keep on moving. So 1, 2, 3. So you're going to notice that this gets faster and faster because you're just filling in space work. So it's not a too labor intensive motif to do. Once you get your last one filled in, chain 3 before jumping, and you're going to put the 3 together right here. So yarn over and go into the first double crochet, pull through 2 and hold. Do the same again for the next. Yarn over, in, pull through 2 and hold, and do it one more time. And so then you'll pull through everything and then start again. So chain 3 and then jumping in your spaces. And then when you get to the top of this next one here, put a 3 together, double crochet, and keep moving around for round number 10. I'll be right back. Finishing up round number 10, after the last chain 3, just slip stitch to the top of the first stitch that you started with, which is technically a 3 together double crochet. Let's move on to round number 11. Round number 11, right where you're sitting, you're going to chain 6, which will count as a double crochet and a chain 3 spot. So 1, 2, 3, that's your double crochet, and 4, 5, 6 is a chain 3 space. You're going to come right into this space right here, and you're going to single crochet and then jump all these spaces that you have. So continue to chain 3 and jump. So what you have to pay attention to the most is the corners, so the ends of these flowers. So 1, 2, 3, and keep moving across. So you're going to come into the space before that 3 together double crochet. You're going to chain 3, and in the peak of this, you're going to double crochet in. And now you're going to start a fresh side. So chain 3 to begin, and come into the first space, single crochet, and then keep jumping across. So don't forget that you're just going to put in a double crochet at the peaks when you get there. Okay, so when it comes up like that. So please do this all the way around for round number 11. When I come back around, don't forget that chain 6 was a double crochet and a chain 3 spot. So after the space is filled in, chain 3, and then just slip stitch it to the chain, to the third chain up at that beginning to make it look like the rest of the points that you have. Okay, let's continue now to round number 12. Round number 12, right where you're sitting, you're going to chain 6 again. So 1, 2, 3, that's a double crochet, and 4, 5, 6 is a chain 3 spot. Starting right in this space right here, you're going to single crochet and then chain 3. And then we're going to keep jumping until we get to the next point. So just single crochets into those spaces. You will notice that your hexagonal shape has really taken effect as well by this point. So I'm really kind of looking for this peak of the double crochet. So I'm just chaining 3 and jumping into each space. So once I'm in the space before the double crochet where the point shows, chain 3, and in the double crochet, apply another double crochet, and then chain 3 and jump to the space on the other side, and then continue to chain 3 and single crochet, and then just make sure you put in your double crochets at the point. Please do this around for round number 12. Finishing up round number 12 and coming into the space, remember that chain 6 was technically a double crochet and a chain 3 spot. So just chain 3 before you do anything and attach it to the third chain up with the slip stitch, and we're moving on to your final round number 13. Let's begin round number 13. We have to watch the middle section, so just remember where these separate, it's kind of the middle two that we need to worry about the most. When I say worry, I just mean that you just got to pay attention. So as you start this one, we need to slip stitch to the first chain 3 space that is right beside where this technical double crochet is. Okay, so the chain 3 equal the double crochet there. So you're going to chain a total of 3, and then put put 2 more double crochet there. The easiest way to remember this is that after a corner, there's going to be 3 sets of 3 double crochet in a row. So you'll put 3 double crochet into the next chain 3 spot. This is my second taping of this because I didn't realize that there was a difference because I wasn't paying attention. But Aaron, the designer, put in the instructions, which I just confirmed, and I'm like, I did not see that. Anyway, so what we have here is after these grouping of 3, so you see the 3, the next 2, and if you follow it straight on up, you can see it. Okay, those are going to be 2 double crochet each, and they're right in the center. So if you put 3 into each, like I accidentally did, it makes it warp. So this is why Aaron has us doing that. So after those 2 groups are in, then the remaining 3 groups that are left before a corner are just 3 double crochet each. And this is why I like written instruction plus the diagram, just to verify I know what's going on, because half the time I have no idea what's going on because I'm a space cadet. Okay, so we'll continue along. And so we have 3 groups of 3 that were just put in. So you see that? 1, 2, and 3. And this is your corner. So to turn the corner, we're going to chain 1, and then we start and just start in the first one. So there'll be 3 groups of 3 double crochet to start. So they got the one group, the next one's going in. Next one's going in. So once those 3 groups are in, then the next 2 groups have to be 2 double crochet each. And if you follow it up straight, you can see it as well. So the 2 in the middle will each be 2 double crochet each. And you end up with a really nice flat edge. So it's a great design. So then the last 3 before the corner, so 1, 2, and 3, will each be 3 double crochet. And so the double crochet is the next thing on the row below, and if you follow the point up, so you're going to chain 1 and then start a new side. So the first 3 are 3 double crochet each, the next 2 are then 2 double crochet each, and then the final 3 before the point is 3 double crochet each, then chain 1 and continue that same idea going all the way around. Please complete this round. I'll be right back. At the end of the last space on the end of round number 13, you're going to chain 1 and join with a slip stitch to the top of the first chain 3. Your motif is now complete, and now we're going to move to the center to be able to do the flower section next, which is the same on all of the 6 that you have. So let's begin that next and weave in your tails, and I'll be right back. We're now going to move on and do the 2 layers of flowers that are attached to here. So you're going to notice is that this color here was matching this here, so we're going to do that, and then whatever color that you would like to apply to this, you can do that, but all the flowers are the same. This has been blocked, so you can see it is sitting nice and flat, and this flower is sitting down perfectly. So let's begin and do the first set. So here's what the flower looks like, and it's been blocked, so it's looking really perfect. So we're going to start with the outer flower first, and you'll notice that this color that we decided to do here is going to be the same color as that petaling that we have. We're then going to come in and we're going to do the inner petal then last. If we do the inner one now, it's going to be just covering over top and be very inconvenient. So we're going to do the first one first, and then we'll come back and do the one that's in the front last. Let's begin the outer petals first. Let's begin, and we're going to orientate it. Do you see where you have the slip stitching happening? It's kind of obvious here, but this is exactly where you want to start. So we're going to start with the outer color, whatever color you decided to use, and we want to use the remaining front loop here. So we're going to start And when you start, I want you to see the chain that you have here, the chain 3, and start on the very next one. And we're going to just go into the front loop only, and we are going to attach it. Chain 1, and put in this particular same front loop, a single crochet and a half double crochet. So a single crochet first, and then a half double crochet. The next front loop that you'll run into, you're going to put in 2 double crochet into that same one. Just kind of peel it forward so it's easier for you to grab. I'm going right up over top of the straggler to bury that underneath. So 2 into the same front loop. You now want to chain 2 and go to your next front loop available for you, and you're going to put in 2 more double crochet. The next front loop that you'll have, you'll put in a half double crochet and also a single crochet into the same one. So a half and then a single, and then we're going to continue to repeat the pattern around. So as you start a new petal, you'll start with a single and a half into the next front loop. So a single and a half. The next front loop, you're going to put in 2 double crochet. You're going to chain 2, and in the next front loop, you are going to put in 2 double crochet again. And then in the next one, you'll do a half double crochet and a single into the same one. So you can see that you're creating an indentation, and in the next round what we're going to do is we're going to make that even bigger. So please continue that same idea going all the way around for round number 1. So I'm coming back around, and my last front loop will be just continuing in the pattern. It'll be a half double crochet and a single crochet, and I'm going to attach this to the first single crochet with a slip stitch. So you should be able to see when you lay it down flat is that there's going to be a total of 6 sides. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's begin the final round for the outer flower, here, and this is round number 2 coming up. Let's begin number 2. Chain up 1 and single on top of the existing single, which is right below it, and then you're going to half double crochet the next. And then you have 2 left, and you're going to double crochet those 2. And when I say left, it's before the point. In the point, you are going to apply 2 double crochet to start, and then a chain 2 and 2 more double crochet into the same point. Okay, so let's continue along until we get to the next point. So the first 2 will be a double crochet each. The next one will be a half double crochet. The next 2, there will be a single in each of these singles. So there's 2 in a row, 2 single crochets, and then you start getting taller again. So 1 half is in the next, and then the 2 before the point is just 1 double crochet each. And then in the point, it's 2 double crochet. Chain 2 and 2 double crochet. So I need you to do this all the way around for this round number 2, and I'll be right back in just a moment. I'm coming around and I've got my point in. The next 2 are the double crochet like we already know it to be. And then we have a half double crochet next. and then your last stitch should be a single crochet, and then you're just going to join it to the first single crochet, and that's it. Okay, so that would be your outer flower petal, just like you see 6 edges or 6 petals, and we're going to fasten this off, weave in your ends, and then we're going to do the center petal next, the inner one. Okay, let's begin to do the inner petal with the color that you decide. And we can see the chain 3 here. See how it looks kind of unusual to the rest? So that's your chain 3. So we want to start on this front loop right here. So we're just going to grab it out from the background, and we're going to attach. And it really does help if you pull the yarn through a stitch. Okay, so we're going to start, and we're going to chain 1, and in the same front loop you need to single crochet and then double crochet. So single and a double. You're now going to chain 2 to create a point, and in the next front loop that you have, you're going to apply a double crochet and then a single crochet into the same loop. I'm going to toss that straggler to the back side here so I get that out of the way. So that's what your repeat is going to be all the way around. So starting in the next one, you're going to start with a single and a double, and then chain 2 to create a point, and in the next one it's a double, and then a single, and there's a new point. So you're going to have a total of 6 petals going on in here. So move to your next one. So it's a single, a double, chain 2, and then the next one is a double and a single. And please do this around for the first round of the inner petal. I'm coming around, and my last stitch is the last half of a petal. So it's a double and a single. And then I'm going to slip stitch to the first single crochet. So when you lay it flat, you should be able to see 6 petals that have happened. Let's begin the final round, number 2. The last round, number 2, here is chain 1 and single into the top of the single that you're currently in. And in the next one, before the point, is going to be 2 double crochet into the same stitch. So we have 1 and 2. And in the point, it's like the big one, is that we are going to apply 2 double crochet first, followed by a chain 2 and 2 double crochet again. So the next double that's next is going to be 2 doubles into the same stitch. And so there is almost a whole petal done. So then we have 2 singles in a row, so just apply 1 single in each. So then we move on, and so there is the point. So the double crochet before the point is 2 double crochet into the same stitch. And then your point is 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet. Okay, and the double crochet after the point, there's 2 into that one. And then you got 2 singles in a row, and it's a single in each of those. Please do this around for round number 2. I'm coming back around, and I got 2 doubles into the double after the point, and then I got a single crochet left, and then that's it. So I'll just attach to the beginning single crochet. So I'm going to use my tapestry needle. I've already shown you how to do that to finish this off. And so you want to do your total of 6 motifs that have these flowers. And so what you can do for blocking is that you'll just wet a towel and just dampen it up a bit and lay it on top of here, just pin it down. So Erin is suggesting to pin it down to some foam and get to the dimensions that it's requiring it to be. And then once you can get that done, you just let it just kind of absorb the water that's in the towel. And then after you think it's damp enough, just pull the towel off and let it air dry in this positioning, and it's blocked. Because it is an acrylic based thing, you only have to block it the one time, and then you'll have the nice flowers sitting down flat. So even though it looks cool now, blocking it will make a really big difference in this. So weave in your ends, do your 6 motifs, just check it off on your list. And when I see you on week number 3, we're gonna continue our journey for something else. And I'll be right back at that time. And I'll see you on week number 3. Bye-bye.